But this is what the tin looks like minus the little pretty flower thing. As you can see, it's pretty thick, right? And oh, by the way, I don't know how to put like suggestions in edits, but I did do a review of the brutfuners versus Prismacolors. Actually, it was just the brutfuners by themselves on my YouTube channel, this channel. So I will try to put in a suggestion thing. I gotta learn how to do that, but I will try, because that would be worth watching if you're interested in just the 180 set. I do have a video on those. So, but that's what that looks like. I'm gonna set that aside. Sorry. And this is my repurchased, well, not repurchased, recent 120 set. Oh, hold on. Before I do that, I'm going to show you. Isn't this amazing? This case. Oops, sorry. Isn't this amazing? I will try to put a either a link or just the name of this in the in the description. But this is what the and again, please see, if you want more detailed information on these, please see my video on them. I did a great review and demonstration of them, but just to go over them briefly for comparison purposes, they are capped, which some people don't like. Somebody mentioned to me, a new Instagram follower of mine mentioned that she does not like capped pencils. I actually prefer them, because it gives me a comparison to, like, I can take the cap and compare it to the lead, and I can, you know, it gives me an idea if it's true to color or not. So just think about that if you're not one to like cap pencils. And I think it looks nicer. It looks finished and polished. That's just my personal preference. But it has the name and number, or color, excuse me, color, name, and number, and then the company on the brand name on the other side. So, and they're round. They're very lightweight, probably like a 3mm core. They're very, very lightweight. They weigh next to nothing. By comparison, like, say it's not a Derwent, it's not going to be like big like a Derwent. Okay, they're pretty small, so you don't really have a great deal. They do go down pretty nicely. They go, but that's for later. I'm gonna bring these back out later, but they are oil based, which means that they're not entitled. They're like a hybrid, which a lot of pencils these days seem to be, and I actually kind of love that, because it's kind of like getting the best of both worlds. And stay tuned to the end of this video, because I'm going to show you something that's going to blow your mind. So you gotta watch all the way to the end, because I'm going to do something. It blew my mind. I promise it's going to blow yours with the these pencils, and the square ones also. You have to watch to the end. So, but yes, these ones have a really nice metallic selection, which I absolutely adore. I mean, and so, I mean, it takes up a whole lot of these. So, but yeah, I will also try to put a link to this amazing case. I mean, look at this, and it has a little handle. Has a little thing here where you can put a, I think it came with a larger handle, like a crossbody almost. It has a zippered pouch. It's great. Just, sorry. I have to go on about those cases because I absolutely adore them. I have a bunch of them, and I adore them. They are amazing. Now for my softer pencils, like my Prismas and my Holbeins, I have a set that has an individual like holder for each pencil, whereas these ones you could put like 2 or 3 in. because I had them in a case like that, like what I just showed you, and they kept inching to the front and breaking. So for the softer pencils, I wouldn't recommend that kind of a holder. I would recommend a holder with a where it's just one pencil, one spot. Just FYI. All right. So anyway, back to these. This is the 120 oily set. I gotta tell you, I'm about to go on a small rant, so just warning, warning, warning. My reordered set of these, as you can see, it's dinged right here. I don't know if you can, but the corner of it's dinged because the you know, those yellow containers that they come in, the bags or whatever, I don't know. Anyway, I wasn't aware that it was poorly sealed, and they fell out of the bag or whatever it is and straight onto the ground. I was so pissed. Excuse my language. I was very upset. And just right onto the ground and hit the floor full on. I was like, what the heck? I was seeing absolute stars. I was so mad. Oh my gosh. I carefully opened them up. I was like, oh Lord, Lordy Lord, right? Oh, and by the way, these also come with a nice little swatch sheet, which I may or may not use. I already have them swatched in my book, as you saw, but I have to say these have a really nice smell to them. I don't know if you can tell, but they have a pretty nice smell. But this is what comes in the tin. This did not, to my knowledge, I don't remember the 180 set having this. Now the 180 set, the trays didn't have this little cheap little thing, which by the way can come loose, so beware. But it does have like the little side things that you squeeze to pick them up with instead. But it does not, to my knowledge, have this. And so I'm carefully like, oh my god. And they were kind of like, I don't know, like kind of like this. I'm doing this to show you, but they were kind of like that. And I was like, oh no. But they seem to be okay. And I really believe it's because of this. So that was like a huge relief. Sorry, I had to get a drink. So anyway, it does come with the swatch sheet, and if it looks like it's missing a pencil, just kind of go like that, and you'll see that I have not had a chance to put these in a case. I may have to order one. I think I've filled up my cases. I should show you guys all my pencils sometime. It might take a couple of times, but these are the lovely. See if I can get this around to where you guys can see. I'm going to adjust the camera a little, so there we go. These are the squares, and as compared to that's not a good comparison. Hold up a second. Hold up. I'm trying to pick out a color that's similar, so bear with me a second. Alright, let's pick out a color that's similar. This should work. Okay, so they might actually be numbered the same. The numbers are different, by the way, on them. The numbers are different, so let's put on my extra reading glasses. And, oh, one of the biggest differences, let's see if I can show you. The main difference, besides the fact that they're square, there's an obvious difference here. The color names are in Chinese, and I mean, I have to say it looks beautiful, to be honest. But they're in Chinese. Yeah, I was like, okay. So, yeah. And I was like, well, That's interesting. And let's see if the numbers are the same. They're not. Now the colors are pretty similar. So in my opinion, I mean, I don't know if you can tell, but they look pretty close, don't they? So, but the numbers are definitely not the same, and I can't tell about the names because I don't read Chinese. The ends are not capped, which, I guess it's a preference. I think it makes them look more polished. But then again, this beautiful gold Chinese makes it look pretty too. So, there's your basic, whoops, sorry, out of frame, basic difference. Yeah. I think I'm going to set this aside for later to do a comparison with. And let's see, let's look at the rest of them. Here. Have the little handles. Now these handles are a little hard to grasp. I kind of don't like them, and I will be getting these in a case as soon as I can. But there we go. Those are the ones, the pinks and blues, mostly, like lighter blues. They have a nice selection of pinks, I have to say. I really do like the pinks. And then these are kind of like the, to me they're kind of like the pastels, somewhat. But they're really nice. They're like, this one right here like reminds me of an orange sickle. Don't you think? This one reminds me of an orange sickle. I'm going to see if I can find a comparison to it. Let's see. This one should work. And let's see if the number's the same. Show my old lady reading glasses here. Nope. But this one says nude, and this one says, I don't know, some pretty Chinese. But the numbers are definitely not the same. But they look pretty darn close, I think. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. I'm going to set those aside. And they're rolling off my desk. My desk is crooked. It's old. It's about like 15 years old. It's been repaired so many times. Yeah. Let's see. I'm going to pull out another one really quickly, I think. Let's see. Okay, this looks pretty close. Nope, maybe not. There we go. That's pretty close. Now you could tell this is one of my favorite pencils. I've almost used it up. I don't know what I'm going to do because they don't sell open stock that I know of. This one says pale blue, and I'm telling you, you can see it's not because it's broken a lot, which, budget pencils, they do. But it's just one of my favorite colors. And I think this is a pretty close comparison. So, but I love this color. So I'll set that one aside. And I think these are the basically the grays and the browns. They have a really nice selection of, they don't have as many metallics. They have like a gold, a copper, a silver. Their white is really nice. I'm pulling the white out because I really love it. Now, for whatever reason, I cannot find my white in the 180 set. I don't know what the hey happened to it. I have no clue, like, if I used it up or what, but it's gone. It is MIA. So, unless I put it over here, I'm going to take a quick look. Maybe I stuck it in here. It is MIA, people. I don't know. Maybe I stuck it in here. Nope. Oh well. I was hoping to be with my pencils, but the other little random pencil box. Anyway, I'm going to pull this out because I got to show this white to you guys. It's really nice. And it's better than the white in the 180. And the white 80 set and the 120, they are a little bit different. And one of the ways, you got to watch to the end to find out. So I'm going to think, pull out some more comparisons. I think, let's see what's going to show up. Let's do the silver and the gold. That'll be easy enough to find. Bear with me. There we go. Alright, hold those out. Oh, wonderful. This is another metallic I forgot about. Now, I don't know. I think this is like a rose gold maybe. Not sure, but I'm going to see if I can find a comparison to it. If you guys will bear with me, I think it's probably ochre. It's probably metallic ochre, I think. Let me see. Oh, maybe not. Well, let's find out. I'm not really sure. I can't really tell you guys. I have two metallics in the 180. I have the ochre and the, wait a minute, hold up a second. Oh man, oh, so this is a random thing, you guys. I don't, there was some sort of screw up in the factory, and these are both labeled metallic ochre. Check it out, like, do those look the same to you? And they're both labeled metallic ochre. I don't know if you can make sure I have that right. Hold on. There we go. Yeah. Hold on. And we'll get it together here. There. Look at that. They're both metallic ochre. And they're numbered different. So, but do those look the same to you? No. So, let's find out which one of these lovely pencils this one compares to in the square. That's going to be fun. Alright, let's pick a blue. Oh my goodness, it's just, I love messing with pencils, don't you? I mean, I don't know, some people are into, markers, and I used to be, but then I learned how to color with the light hand, which is something I have a video on. It's one of my earlier videos that I was doing when I just was using my cell phone. So feel free to go back into tutorials, I believe, playlist. I have a little brief review that I did on how to use a lighter hand. Your hands will thank you, especially if you're old like me, well, somewhat old, and you have, arthritis and stuff like that. I promise you, check this video out. It will change your world. So, I'm going to real quickly find a pencil that sort of compares to these. I think it does. And it's just blue. How creative is that, right? Alright. I think that should do it. No, I need a bright pink. I do. I need a bright. I need a purple. That's what I need. I need a purple. One more. I'm going to pick one more here. I think this one. Yeah. I have my 180 set, which is what still out, which is what I'm looking at. Trying to find a comparison. It's hard to say. I'm not sure. So I have two from the I have a medium ochre and a lilac. I'm not sure which one this square brutfuner is going to compare to. I think I'll pull out both of these just for comparison. And the numbers I will give you the numbers as I use them on the squares. Oh, I did pick out a yellow. My bad. Ooh, I got to pick out a yellow too. Now, one more. I think this should work. Yes, that will work. Alright, we have a creamy yellow. I think this compares pretty closely to it. Alright, I'm going to stop right now because I got to go feed the cat before she, attacks me or something, because you never mess with a fluffy girl and her food, believe me. So I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back. Kitty's fed, and let's continue. I have pulled out a few more while I was away feeding the kitty, or after. And so let's get started. I don't have, again, these, I think the cores are about the same, although I think it's hard to say because, you know, the 180 set is excuse me, capped, so it's hard to say, but I think they're pretty close to the same. I will say this though, the square shape is kind of nice. It fits in your hand differently. I don't know if it's necessarily any better or worse. I think I like the triangle shape of the Ergosofts the best. I've never held a square pencil in my life. It's just kind of odd. It's nice though. It's odd. But they are nice pencils. I mean, but the thing is that they do lay down a bit differently, which you would think it's the same company, you know, just larger set. That's what I thought too. And I thought, people are saying, oh, they're better than the 180. I'm like, they're the same. It's the same thing, just larger. But no, no, they are different. Not humongously so, but excuse me, there is a difference. So I can find my pen. So here I have. Let's see if I can scooch in a little more. Hold on, sorry. Whoops, wrong way. Hold on while I adjust. No, that did not work. There we go. Okay. And now I'm getting a shadow. Great. Alright. This one from the 180 set says jade green. Ta-da. And this says, oh, that's interesting. And the Chinese part on this is extra small. Have you? I don't know if you've noticed that. Oops, sorry. It's extra small. Like by comparison. Let's see if I can find another one. Do you see the difference? Like, oops, sorry. There we go. There we go. See how much longer it is? So I guess the word's just longer. I don't know. I don't know Chinese, but anyway, this is and I'm going to do it heavy at the top and then just kind of lighten it down. So that is the jade green. And this is the, oh, I forgot to sharpen this. Jeez, hold on, peeps. I forgot to sharpen any of these. I will tell you something. Sharpening these for the first time in an electric sharpener, I would not suggest it. I had issues because of the square shape. Look, I'll have to show you. This is important. It goes to the triangle pencils like the Ergosofts too. Hold on a second. Small issue. Yikes, sorry about that. Anyway, I had the same problem with the triangle pencils like the Ergosofts. Because the holes are round, it's like fitting a square, literally a square peg in a round hole in this case. So you're gonna have to, it fits but barely. My sharpener's on its way out, pardon me. Probably the second to the largest hole, which is why it's set there. But if you're not careful and you don't hold on to the pencil, it will wobble around inside of it just a little bit, just enough that it will break the tip. Or you run a high probability of breaking the tip. So If you have a, I can't show you because it's sort of anchored. I have a dolly sharpener or where's my little sharpener? Shoot. Ah, here it is. Or you have a little sharpener like this. I highly recommend these. These sharpeners, I'll try to put the name in the description too. These little sharpeners are the for your super soft pencils, your weird pencils, like these ones. This is the best. Okay, these are not as likely. I mean, I've still had some break, like Prismas. You know, they're not that great anymore, but they break a lot less than this. And then the same with my Holbeins. This sharpener is probably one of the best little sharpeners I've ever come across for delicate, weird shaped, odd pencils, whatever, or pencils that you just would never stick into an electric sharpener. This is a great pencil sharpener, right? It's German-made steel. It's good stuff. So I have to put it in the biggest hole, which the holes, not to go on a rabbit trail, but you see how it's short there? That's the first short point. That's for a long point, and that's the hole I have to stick this pencil in because of its weird shape. And then there's the medium. You know, it might fit. Barely. It does fit into the medium, but not very well. Your best bet is to put it into the biggest hole, which is the long point, and gently sharpen, and it will reduce that square shape and give you a nice point. Ooh, sorry. See? Ta-da! So, sorry, my allergies are driving me nuts, y'all. Anyway, let's see, make sure you guys can see. I see where I'm getting a shadow. Hold on. Oh, there we go. I am in frame. Yay. Sorry about that. Now these do lay down a little differently. They're a little smoother and a little richer. Let's see, where's the other one? Now, as you can tell, the color is pretty. It's not, the color's not an exact match, obviously, but if you can see, I hope, on this side is the 180, and then on the other side is the square, which I have in my head. It's not an exact match, it's close, but you see how they lay down differently though. The square ones lay down a little richer, a little more vibrant, a little smoother. Now, I still like the 186, don't get me wrong, I love them. They're really nice pencils. And they work really well on the harder paper like the Johanna books. But these ones are different. I swear, I think that they have a little bit more oil in them than the 180. I think they have just a little bit more oil. But the laydown is definitely different. I'll show you the white when I get to the black paper, so stay tuned for that. Now, let me see if this is my match up. Alright, might be this one, I think. I'm not sure. One of these things is not like the other. Let's see her. Yeah, I think these two are a match. Alright, sorry about that. Alright, so I'm going to give this a quick sharpen in my dolly. That really is your best bet. Don't put these in. If you can help it, honestly, don't put them in at all. My electric sharpener is really great for the sturdier pencils, like my Faber-Castells, but the delicate pencils, especially when they need replacing like mine does, I just wouldn't recommend them. Excuse me. Oh, I forgot to write down the pencil name. I'm sorry. Hold on. The number. I apologize. I am not with the program today. And let's see. Let me get the number real quick here. My bad. And let's see. Get on my old lady things here. 75. Okay. Sorry about that. There. Alright. Now, let's try this again. Alright. And for consistency purposes, I will do the 180 pencil first. And it says lilac. So I'm going to write that down real quickly. Make sure I'm still on camera. Okay, good. I have a nasty habit of going off frame. I'm sorry. Lilac and sure, I can't read it. 41. Okay. Let's see, what was the jade? Oh no, that's the one. Alright, I'm getting it together here. Alright, so, and this one is 53. Alright. And it's whatever Chinese it says. Alrighty then. So, let's have at it. Make sure you guys can see. Good. Alright. I'm coloring firmly and gradually lightening my pressure a little bit. Okay, that's what the 180 looks like. Now let's do, hold on a second, my sharpener out of the way. Alright, sorry about that. I know this looks weird, but I'm hoping you can see better. The way these lay down is just, I can't like, it's just odd that it's the same brand, but yet the lay down is consistently different. I mean, it's just I don't know how to put it into words, but look. And I'm using the same amount of pressure at the top for each pencil and lightening it up close to the same. And let's see if you can see. There. So, hopefully you can see. This is the 180 on the right. Well, it's my right. I don't know. Or on the left, sorry. I don't know. On this side. And then on the other side is the square, 120. And I mean, you could see at the top, like you could see more tooth, more skip. And I'm using basically the same amount of pressure. As you see how much smoother it is on the 120. And it's pretty cool. It's a pretty similar, it's a little darker maybe, but it's a fairly even comparison. But you see how there's more coverage, it's more opaque. Oh my gosh, that's the word I'm looking for. They are more opaque. The 120 squared set is more opaque than the 180 set. The 180 set is still great. I still recommend them highly. They're a great budget pencil. But the 120 set is just it is definitely more opaque. That's the word I've been searching for. I couldn't figure out what it is that I needed to say, but that's it. So, having said that, let's do some more comparisons. I think this is my red. Yep, I'm going to give this a quick sharpie before it rolls off my desk. Now, I will say this though, the 180 set, you can put these in the electric sharpeners, and they're fine. These pencils are great, they don't break. They're very sturdy. And the points last a little bit longer than the 120. I think it's just because I don't know. It just is. I don't know the chemical makeup or whatever, but the points do last a little bit longer, and they are a little bit firmer than the 120 set. But as I showed you, the 120 set is so much more opaque. It's like, holy cow. It's mind-blowing. But a dolly sharpener is great for the square pencils. Now, I'm going to put this in. Now, you see how loud, sorry that's loud, but you see it sharpened up to a pretty good point with no problem. I just wouldn't stick in the squared ones. I kind of finish it off I started in the dolly and I kind of finish it off with my little German sharpener here, because I don't want to put it in that too much. But look at the point on that. Pretty good, right? So that's kind of the first time, at least I recommend starting on a dolly and finishing with a sharpener like this. I highly recommend it. Alright, so let's go. Let's write down the names. Deep pink. Pink. What? Okay, hold on. I gotta turn it, sorry. Okay, and then this. Woo! It just fell on the floor. Okay, pencil downage. Pencils down. They'll send the pencil police after me. This one says 9. And whatever Chinese name it has. Okay. So, make sure you guys can see. Let's go back in. Alright. And the way they slide over the paper is different. I think the 180 set has more wax in it and less oil. And you see how the color changes I mean, it really, I think the 180 set has more wax in it. That is just my opinion, and the 120 set has more oil. However, having said that, oddly enough, the 180 set, the point seems to last a little bit longer. I don't know. I'm confused, you guys. And like I say, watch till the end, and you're going to see something else that will just blow your minds. But you see how much they glide on the paint. This is about 70-pound drawing paper. So it's, your average drawing paper. But as you can see, well, the color match isn't exact, unfortunately. Oh, sorry. Hold up. There we go. Sorry about that. My bad. Alright, there we go. Sorry, guys. You could see, I hope, even though I didn't get the color match exact, you could see how opaque it is. I don't know if you could hear the difference as it went over the paper, but even the sound of the pencil going, each one makes over the pencil, even the sound is different, and it feels different. I really think that this set has more wax in it, and this set has more oil. They just glide over the paper different. It's just like, what? And I'm throwing my pencils around. Jeez. Alright, let's do one more. Let's see. Let's do one more. Let's try. Oh, decisions. Let's try blue. with me a second, guys. There we go. Sorry about that. Don't you love my trash can pencil holder? If you live in the States, right now the Dollar Tree has them, or Dollar General, something like that. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that absolutely amazing? Look, it's even got the little wheels. Oh shit. I don't know if you can see. It's even got the little wheels. So it rolls on your desk. It's so great. I'm sorry. I know, I'm easily amused. What can I say? I'm easily amused. Alright. That only sharpens it so much, and then I have to go... What just happened here? Oh, pencil down again. My desk is so crooked, you guys. It's not level, and if I'm not careful, my pencils will just literally roll right off the desk. It drives me nuts. Absolutely nuts. But this desk is like 15 or 20 years old, something like that. Hey, that's a pretty good sharpen. I don't think I need to do that. Maybe a little. But the first time you sharpen these is going to take a bit of doing because of the shape. That's just my opinion. You know, everybody's different. Let's see. Blue. Oh, so creative. Love it. And the number is, oh, I can't read it, man. I had a palsy seizure about 2 years ago, guys, and sometimes when my eye waters or acts up, I can't always see very well. And my right eye, up until my seizure, was my good eye. My left eye I'm basically blind out of. So sometimes when my only one good remaining eye acts up, I can't see too well, and I have to kind of pull out this. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought I said. So that's why doing stuff is a little for me sometimes. It takes me longer. I have to work twice as hard because I can't see. So this is the square. Oops, sorry. And the Chinese on this is really long. Let's see if I can get this to stay on frame. There we go. Cool, right? And it's not too reflective. It's pretty, and it doesn't. Unlike these ones, which are highly reflective. See what I mean? These are not so much. I think the Chinese looks really pretty. I just kind of wish I could read Chinese. I don't know. It just says 89. Okay. Make sure this is on frame. That is the 180 set. This is the 89 in the 120 set. Oops, sorry, it's a little too sharp. Oh, and one other good tip I can give you: rotate your pencils on a regular basis. It will help you keep a more even point, and you'll need to sharpen them less. This one doesn't seem to be as opaque as the others. That's interesting. And I did not mate these up very well. Jeez. Oh well. They kind of look the same. See, this is I'm going to use this as a PSA, or was it something like that? Public service announcement. Yeah. This is why swatching is important. Because what you see isn't always what you get. So when I looked at these, they looked the same. I mean, they're pretty close. They're not exact, but sorry. But when I went to here, sorry, my bad. Stand camera. They don't come out the same. So this is why swatching, I hate it too. I'm with all y'all folks that hate it, but it is absolutely worth it. As you saw by my book early in the beginning of the video, it's worth it. I swatch everything. Trust me, it is. I can just look at that and go, yep. I don't have to try and guess or get a piece of scratch paper and constantly be testing it out, you know. Now, sometimes I will if I'm lazy and I don't feel like pulling out my swatch book, which is heavy. Alright, so I think that's enough for this. This is the drawing paper. Now, I'm going to pull out the... And pay no mind to this, I did a review, which is also on my channel, by the way, of the Crayola, the Crayola outline markers. Please see my channel, review and demo channel, playlist for this. Interesting. So, I thought it was worth seeing what... Pencils behave very differently on different papers and on black paper versus white paper versus cream paper. They behave so differently. Paper choice is so important. I really cannot stress this enough, you guys. It is important. I might not be the best colorist. I might not be able to draw like Melinda Gates or color like Karen Valentine. I love your work, by the way. But I do know some things, and I know that paper choice is important, and pencils that you choose with that paper are important. It matters. I'm a paper snob. There are some pencils I would not use with some papers just because I know they're not going to go well together. So, having said that, I'm going to take a drink. And I'm going to take care of something else really quickly. Bear with me, you guys. I'm sorry. Just bear with me a minute. Sorry about that. Alright. So, I have this black drawing paper before you. And I'm going to... sorry about that. I had to take care of something. I'm going to... write the names down using the white pencil, which I need to sharpen. I to sharpen any of these. Oh, jeez. Wow. Well, alright, sorry about that, guys. I was having some issues with my sharpener, which I have fixed and now have re-anchored to my desk. Oh, God. Technical difficulties. Who doesn't have them, right? Anyhow. My pencil that broke. Hold on a second. No, I didn't. Okay. This is one of the hazards of when you buy a budget pencil. This is what can happen. Do you see that? Oops. I want to rotate it so you can see the difference. You see what I mean? This is what can happen. And honestly, your best bet is to grab a pair of like something like this or an X-Acto knife and gently, it means that the core is not centered. When it does that, it means that it's not actually lead, but the oil, wax, whatever, it's not centered properly when it does that. That's why your higher end pencils don't do this, because you know they're made with a little more finesse. But you know, budget pencils have their place, and you know not everybody can afford the higher end. Dang it! See, that's another thing. You got to be careful when you do that, because you can do what I just did, and that's break the lid. You have to be really careful. Most of the time it works, but sometimes it does not, and you have to be really careful, because it can do what just happened. That can happen. So, you know, I'm just showing you what can happen there. See, now that I sort of did that and busted it a little, it's a little more even. All right, sorry about that, guys. Okay, let's get back. Now, what I thought I would do is show you how some of these pencils behave, and do a little comparison. I'm gonna write, oops, too sharp. And there can be such a thing as too sharp. 120. Yeah, I over sharpened this. Dang. Well, let's see if I can find my eraser. Hold on. Hold on. And you got to be careful when you're erasing on black paper. If you're not careful, you can really make a mess. Let's try this again. I over sharpened it. You see how nicely that white lays down? Hold on. I don't know if you can. You see how nicely that lays down on the white? I don't know where the 180 white went to. I don't know where it is. I might have used it up. It's gone. So I can't, unfortunately, make an equal comparison. But I could show you I got this at the dollar store. And it's like a whole set of like 4 of them, and they're supposed to be chalk type pencils. So I'm gonna use that in place of the 180 white. Now, this is interesting. I don't know if you can see this. No, you can't. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Sorry about that. So, you have the 120, which is written in the square, 120 white, and then this 180, which is in this chalk white that I got from the Dollar Tree. You could see the difference. I mean, the 120 kind of lays down a little bit more opaque, but that chalk white one, you know what, it looks pretty nice too. So let me get this crap out of the way. Hold on, guys. Remove said stuff. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Let me get everything out of the way. There we go. All right. Ta-da. All right. So let's pull out the yellows, and I will give them a quick sharpen. My fixed dolly sharpener for the square. Hopefully it's fixed. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if it holds. In the dolly too, one other thing, rotate your pencil every so often. Inside, just release it, turn it, resharpen. It'll sharpen a little more evenly. Some people don't feel the need to do that. I found that it sort of helps me. Alright, so okay, this is the 120 set, and it is number 1. Hey! Oh no! Oops, sorry. Oh no! Hold up a second. That does not look right. It's too bright. Hold on. I'm trying to fix something. Bear with me, guys. Hold on a second, people. Sorry. I gotta fix something real quick. There we go. Sorry about that. I'm sorry. I realized how bright that was, and I was like, oh, it's too bright. So I had to turn the light off in my camcorder. Anyway, this is the 120, and it is number 1. that. Hopefully you can see. Trying to make sure y'all can see here. And I'm gonna just go from left to right, and I'm gonna start out at a hard pressure, and I'm turning my pencil several times just on the hard pressure. It is a bit crumbly, and then I'm gonna lessen the pressure. So that's that. And then I'm going to do the 180. Make sure you can still see. There we go. Sorry about that. Hopefully you saw that. If not, I'm still learning how to do stuff. There we go. Okay, so that is the 120 square. And this is the 180 round. I don't know why they went from square round to square, and I really do believe that they changed the formula. Wow, that's interesting. I would say in the yellow, let's see, the yellow square, yeah, there we go. You know what, hold on a second, I gotta move my sharpener. Sorry guys. Alright, so I would say in terms of on the black paper, they're about even. On the white paper, the 120 was more opaque. However, on the black paper, they seem about even. I mean, the color's not an exact match, but you know, I really can't read Chinese, so I'm kind of guessing. But they seem fairly similar. I would say, if anything, the 180 in this color might be a little more opaque. So that's what an approximate guess in terms of color. Let's see. Let's probably grab an orange. And so far, my fix on my dolly sharpener is holding. So far, we'll see. All right. And this doesn't need sharpening, so let's just have a go at it. And this is 140, I believe. Let me make sure. No, 49. See, so how bad my eyes are, y'all. I'm sorry. And it is bright orange yellow. When you're using a hard to medium pressure, rotate your pencil on a regular basis, unless you're using something like the Faber-Castell poly. Rotate it often. It's just better. It just helps you have a more even consistency in terms of your point. Oops, I forgot to lighten it up. Sorry it's so much longer. I just kind of wasn't paying attention. I was like trying to talk and chew gum. I just forgot to lighten up on the pressure. Oops. Alright, so bright orange yellow. So that's a bright orange yellow. And instead of writing the name, I guess I'm just gonna write the number 49. Whew, if I could find out where my pen went to. I think I'll use the white pencil instead. Oh, it broke again. Oh, you guys. I may have a defective pencil. Oh, it broke again. And it broke in half. Oh Oh my gosh. Look at that. It literally broke in half. Oh my gosh. Wow. Well, dang, of all the pencils to go south, I mean, I guess it makes sense. The white's the most softest, probably. Dang, man, really? Well, I may have to stick it in here. I don't want over it. Yeah, it's defective. My white is defective, you guys. So far, I've not had this problem with any of the other pencils, but my white is defective. The core is all off center, and I don't want to send a whole set back just because of one. So, wow. You know, I have to say, with budget pencils, that is one of the risks that you can run into. Is your, yeah, my white it is just a mess. Like, oh my gosh, you guys, look at that. I don't know if you could see that, but dang, man, that's crazy. It's all off center and it's not wanting to sharpen. Wow. I hate to do this, but yeah, look at that. Wow. Well, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do about that, because none of the other pencils have did that, just this one. I don't know why. It's just, it seems to be centered. I don't know. Does that look centered to you guys? Yeah, I don't know. It seems to be centered, but it's clearly defective. Wow. Well, there's that. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I'm gonna see if I can get them to send me just a new white one. I don't know if they will or not. I'm gonna have to call Amazon because I really don't want to have to send back another set. That's gonna annoy them and it's gonna annoy me because the rest of the pencils seem fine. So, wow. Huh. Yeah, that's the square brutfuner. It is just, it's a mess. Look at this, you guys. That is not okay. I mean, I still say these pencils are good to get. Like, I still recommend you get them. They're still really great pencils. They glide amazingly well. But you are going to run the risk of running into a pencil like this that is just going to be bad. I actually had to send my Pro Color pencils back. I just got my replacements in because I had one pencil that just kept breaking and breaking and breaking, and I would expect that from a budget pencil, which is why I may not send these ones back, because you know, let's face it, they are budget pencils. They're nice budget pencils, but they're budget pencils. But the Pro Color Derwents, no. I was like, no. All right, so this one is, I believe, 50. So let's continue. I'm sorry, guys. That is upsetting. But I promise you, the end will be worth the watching. I promise you guys. Just don't tune out on me. Please don't tune out on me. I've got issues sometimes, and it just means that I am not a super polished high professional, you know, like Sarah Clark or whatever, but I have a lot to offer, and I'm a little, you know, I'm still learning a lot of things, and I hope that you guys will be patient with me. well, I learn and I get more professional. Oh my gosh, you guys should see my table right now. It's got white shavings all. This is, look at that. I don't know if you can see that, but that is ridiculous. Yeah. Wow. Here's the other. Dang, man. Look at that. Look at that. Alrighty then. So, moving forward. Wow. Okay. So. Oh shoot! I just colored in the money spot. Anyway. This is most of this is the 180. I did color over it a little with the 120, but not enough to make a difference. And this is the 120. So I'm going to go back over that, and as you can see, it's pretty opaque. They are running pretty much the same. Oops, there we go. Sorry, out of frame. They are running pretty much about the same. On the white paper, however, the 120 was clearly more opaque. The 120 is on this side, the side that just has the numbers, and the side with the name and number is the 180. And on the white, you can see that the 120 is definitely more opaque. However, so far on the this paper, it's running kind of about the same. Huh, interesting. Let's pick out the silvers. Let's see if I can find my silver. I may have to post this in two sections because I know this is running really long, so I may post this in two segments, so that you guys don't get bored. Stay. And so far my dolly fix is holding. And this does need a little bit of a sharpen. And it does seem to be holding. God. It's called super glue. Alright. Make sure I'm in frame. Ta-da. Ooh, pretty. This is, oops. Ah! Dang it. Hold on, I messed up. Rewind. There. This is the 120. My bad. I had my brain on the white. Sorry. Okay. So that's the 120. And this is the 180. I still can't believe that white broke like that. Oh my gosh. That thing is jacked up. And so far they're definitely running pretty even on the black paper. So this is the, whoop, there we go. The 120 right there, and the 180. They're running about the same on the black paper. That really surprises me, considering how different they are on white paper. And they're both drawing paper, about the same weightage, roughly. The white's a little heavier. Let's see. Let's try the yellow again. wait. Is this the one I already did? Yeah, I already did that one. Oops. Alright, let's try this again. Sorry. Wine. Alright. I should have sharpened these first, but so far my fix is hoping it better. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna post this in 2 segments, I think. Gonna have to. I'm covering a lot of ground. Make sure my camera. Oop, there we go. Sorry. Okay. That's the square. Isn't that pretty? And this is, I don't know if this is a mix, the match or not. Remember the little metallic ochre thing? So this is, oh, I forgot to write the number down. Oh, crap. Sorry. And let me write it down real quick before I forget. 95. I feel like I'm calling bingo. And let's see, this is 30. I don't know if this is going to match because of my little issue. So, let's see, this, like the other one says metallic ochre. That's a pretty good match, actually. It's not quite, it's a little rosier. But it goes nicely on the black paper. So let's pull out the other metallic ochre, because I am just dying to know. Inquiring minds want to know, and if you don't get that little joke, then you're not old enough. Let's see. This number is 33. I have to know, like, where's my other, where'd it go? Oh, my hand, jeez. Right. Yeah. So 30 and 30, the other one was 30, and this is 33, so let's see which one's the, sorry, closer match. Whoops, I'm going the wrong freaking way. Jeez. I'm going all kinds of sideways. Like, literally. So, which one do you think, oops, sorry, there we go. Which one do you think is the better matchup? 33 or 30 to 95? I'm going to say 33 is the better match. Let me know in the comments, guys. There, let's see if I can get it on there. 30 is the top one, and 33 is the bottom one, and then this is the square 120 95. Leave in the comments to me which one you think is better. I say 33. Alright, so let's try a blue. A blue. And let me find the match. My little pencil box. I love this little pencil box. It just tickles me to no end. I love it. Yep, there we go. Instead of holding trash, it holds treasures. All right, so we have 41. And I'm gonna write this. Whoops. Hold on. Okay, and then this one is, oh, sorry. Ta-da! And then this says Azure, which I believe is Spanish for blue. Don't quote me though. And this says 103. Ooh, I actually read that. All right. Let's get it together. Make sure I'm in frame here. There we go. All right. I wanted to make sure I was still in frame. I have no one to tell me, oh, hey, you're out of frame 30 minutes later. I think I'm doing all kinds of cool things and y'all are seeing nothing. Oh my gosh, this looks absolutely gorgeous. This is 41 and on black paper this color is gorgeous. Alright, now for the 180. Ooh, that's a pretty good matchup, you guys. I think I did good with this one. That's a pretty good matchup. I'm impressed. All right, if you have both sets, here's a good matchup. On this side is 41 in the 120 square, and then on this side is 103 in the round 180 set. I think that's a pretty good matchup. And look how beautiful that looks on the black paper. Isn't that gorgeous? Metallic pencils look so good on black paper. It's ridiculous. Alright, let's try one more. Let's try the gold. Find the... There it is. I think this is it. And you give this a sharpen. Oh man, that's just... Dang it. That just really grinds my gears, you guys. I would still recommend these pencils because, you know, even though the white one is clearly a dud, none of the other pencils have did this. So I think in every budget pencil, you're likely, with the exception of maybe even Castle Arts, kind of do this, where it's just sharpens more on one side and then just keeps breaking. They all kind of do that. You know, they're not, as I said earlier, not as made with as much finesse. But considering the 120 set, if I'm not mistaken, was to do third. Hold on, I'll have to look it up now. Give me 1 second. I gotta go back to it. Oh, to do. Oh, that's nice. Sorry. Let me sign back in and I'll go back to my password. This would be the quickest way to find it. To do. If I'm not mistaken, the square was for Amazon Prime, which I highly recommend. I don't know if other countries have a Amazon Prime, but if you live in the States or you have access to it, I highly recommend it. You pay a fee every month, but you get free shipping on so many things. It's ridiculous. And free returns on a lot of things too. Not everything, but a lot of things. And so, but for Amazon Prime, it was $32. Normally it's $34. That's for the 120, and for the $180. It was for Amazon Prime was 38 and 50 for the regular price. Both are very good price for a budget pencil. They are absolutely worth the money. I highly recommend them. Even though I had it done, I'm still really mad about that. Sorry. Jeez, I'm still really sore about that. I'm gonna write the name. 59. And for the round is, it's pretty close. I feel like it's, yeah, I read it right. Right. So, I do love holding these far better than the round ones though. Once you get used to it, it feels odd at first. But once you get used to it, it flattens against your hand. And this, if you can help it, sometimes you have to hold your pencil like this. But again, see I have an old review that I did or not review, demo of holding a pencil with a lighter hand. I'm mentioning it again because even though it's a little primitive, I have a lot of really good advice in it. Sometimes you have to hold it this way because you're doing such a tiny area, but that's where you just have to really be mindful mentally. You know, it's like you have to develop that mental memory. But if you can help it, hold it back from at least midway, minimum, you will find yourself naturally holding it with a lighter hand, or it just becomes easier. Oh my gosh, look at that. Wow. Oh wee, that's stunning. All right, wow, that's the square. These back. This is, whoops, wrong pencil. Sorry. All right. Make sure I'm still in frame. But both say gold, so. So that goes for that. Now, I'm going to pull this out a little bit so I can summarize for you this part of it. Now, I didn't do as many colors for this, and I might go back over a couple of them actually before I do a summary. I might actually do that because I think it's a couple of them. It's important, especially for the metallics, for you to see how different they are, how different they behave. And I know why I got so confused, because on this one I did the 120 first, and on the other one I started out with the 180. So, or 120. And I did it reverse here. I did the 120 here, and the other one I did the opposite, I think. So, at any rate, yeah, I'm going to continue here. Okay, so make sure I'm going to go back in because I actually want to do this part. Sorry, because I think it's important. So I'm going to go back and sort of take back what I said, and I'm going to go back over this a little bit, really quickly. So for comparison purposes, which is the whole point of this. Well, that and to show off the square set. Alright. And I'm not gonna bother writing the names and stuff because I think by now you kinda know what I'm doing, so. These aren't that crumbly. All things considered, they're not that crumbly. Alright, where's the gold? And it says metallic gold, but, I mean, they can vary widely. Alright, let's try one more. Let's go for the other metallic that I had out. Let's see. Hold, bear with me. Nope, that's, yeah. Alright, for comparison purposes, this is the, this is a beautiful color, by the way. This is the 95 that I had on the other paper. Oh, it's so pretty. This looks pretty on the, it stands out very nicely on the white paper. Alright, so I'm going to do the 33 and then the 30. Okay, let's see, there was one other that was vastly different. If I could find it really quickly. This is 50. I did this one on the black paper. That's the square, and then this is the round. Alright, I'm going to put these away now into my handy dandy little pencil holder. Okay, now let's go back. So, I'm going to go back out, zoom out a little bit. Alright, so, oh, I need a drink, y'all. To summarize things a little bit, and I haven't got to the best part of this, at least the 120 set. I don't know about the 180, but I haven't gotten to that hitch. I'm getting there. Just hang on to your britches. I'm getting there. So, to summarize it up, the pencils, the 120 and the 120 square set and the 180 set behave very much the same on black paper. They're both pretty opaque. Excuse me. They behave pretty much the same. I don't see a great difference. They both look pretty much the same. So there's that. Now, where it comes in the difference is on the white paper. Well, sorry, but hold on a second, guys. Hold on. I'm having a little issue. I think the light outside is changing, so let me turn on my light. Yeah, my light outside is not as bright, and looking at it didn't look as bright. So, where the difference between the two sets to me runs the greatest is on the white paper. This is like cardstock. It's not drawing paper. It's actually cardstock. I take back what I said. It's kind of a cross between cardstock and drawing paper. It's drawing paper, but it's really heavy. It's almost cardstock heavy. It's like it's just really heavy drawing paper that really could pass for cardstock. Um, but where this is where they really change. Hold on a second, because my light is changing outside. Ugh. Hold on a minute, people. I'm sorry. Hold on. Oh, I want to show you something too. Yeah, hold on. Yeah. I did this. Wait, I gotta show you this because I did this and then I totally ruined the background. So, I don't know if you guys can see this. Maybe you can without the lights getting in the way. There we go. Okay, hopefully you can. Alright. There we go. The one side I did with the 120 set and the other side I did with the 180 set. I would show you the actual image, but I trashed and it was my World of Wonders book too. Oh my gosh, thank God I have a copy. I trashed the background so much that I don't want to show it to you. But this, hold on a second. Okay, this side right here was done with the 180 set. Okay, the one that's got the purple and blue and so forth. Okay, now on the other side, this side right here, I did with the 120 set. Whoops. That was done with the 120 set right there. This side was done with the 180. You really, you really can't tell the difference, can you? Sorry for the lighting, guys. There's not too many ways I can work around that. But yeah, I will say this, and the one thing that I noticed was the way the 120 glides over the cardstock paper, this is fully cardstock paper. The 120 glided a lot smoother and was a lot more opaque. It skipped less. The 180 set was a little more streaky. So, I mean, I don't know if I could. There, forgot I could do that. Alright, without the stupid light getting in the way. There we go. That is the 180, and then that is the 120. So, I wanted to show that to you because that was full-on cardstock type paper, and they did behave differently. You know, like I just said, the 120 set I think has a little more oil in it because it glides differently, it streaks less, it's a little more opaque, which gets me back to this. This is closer to cardstock than it is drawing paper. And as you can see, it is more opaque. The 120 square is more opaque than the 180. So I think they changed the formula. I really do, because they really do, except for the black paper, which they behaved almost identical. The way they behave in this kind of paper, which is pretty much close to cardstock, but still technically in drawing paper, is very different, and it shows up different. I mean, I hope you're not getting like a glare, and I'm sorry if you are. It's getting a little bit different outside, and the light coming through my window is a little bit different. But hopefully you can see that. They behave quite differently. And it's kind of like, wow. I'm trying to get this so you guys can see, because it's really important. This is what it looks like on my computer. I brought it up on my Amazon. Uh, the the list price is about $50. Amazon Prime, you can get it for about 38. It's a pretty good significant difference. Now, if you go to the one, sorry about that. This is the squared set, and it runs about 35, and it's with Amazon Prime, it's about 31 ish. So there's that. Okay, so I'm back. It has been a minute since I said I was going to finish this part of the review and comparison. I just had a lot of things crop up. One of them being my anxiety, which is why I have the banding. I have major anxiety issues, and they kind of decided to give me a hard time. So I don't even know where this is coming from. Why is this all over my hand? Okay, I don't know what this blue is. It's all over my hand, but oh my goodness. Freaking, now it's on the band-aid. Oh well. Anywho, sorry, I don't know what this is, guys. Anyway, please ignore that. So what I wanted to do is, since I had did a little bit of this just on the fly, I thought I would continue this a little bit more before I wrapped it up, because it kind of intrigued me. I thought that all the 120s would kind of blend better, and some of them did, some of them didn't, than the 180, and I was really surprised by that. So I'm gonna get my little towel to do white. This is a watercolor paper once again. So I have the 120 on this side, and then I have, as close as I could get to it, from the 180 on the other side, and I've marked them. Hopefully you can read that. I'll try to scooch in so you can see. This side has the 120, and this side has the 180. So what I'm going to do, get that out of the way, is just water these down and see what happens. On the 120, I've got a number 8, number 5, number 41, and number 16. The square 120 set from the brutfuner, and on this other side I have the 180, and I have the 185, the 181, 129, and 86. I know it's not a 100% match, but I did the best I could. So let's see how this goes. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. I sort of forgot to pause my TV. I know some people do background music. I don't know. I can't do art unless it's easier for me to actually focus when I just have something sort of mindless on the TV. Wow, now this is interesting. The number 8 is blending pretty well, actually, considering it is a oily pencil, which means to me that it's probably a hybrid, like I may have said earlier. Interesting. I'm working this in a little bit, and using a lot of water. It's not a watercolor brush though, I think. It's just one of those hybrid ones. Interesting. So-so. I would say that one's so-so. It's not great, it's not bad. Let me get this clean. And this is, you can use anything as a watercolor. This right here, whoops, sorry, was a like a dessert cup from Schwann's, which is like a food service thing. And it's great because, hold on a second, sorry. There we go, sorry about that. It has a lid that, look at that. Ta-da! Isn't that great? So, just thought I'd throw that out there. Let's see how the number 5 does. Because I noticed that each color seems to behave a little bit differently. The 120, the number 8 didn't blend great, but not horrible. It's kind of so-so. The number 5 seems to be doing better. And I'm wondering if the brighter, lighter colors either just don't show the tooth as well, or they just blend better. That blended really well. I mean, I think it looks pretty good. The number 5 is definitely better than the 8. I don't remember the color. These don't have color names. Well, they do, but geez, they're in Chinese, so I'm gonna go there. It looks pretty, but it's sort of irritating. The number 5 did really well. I'm using a lot of water, by the way. I mean, I'm really saturating the tooth. And the 41 does not seem to be blending too well. The number 5 did, the 8 was eh, and this one is so-so. It's kind of behaving about like the number 8. Not as good as number 5, though. Make sure you can see it good. Alright. Let's try 16. Which is kind of like a pink color. I'm really saturating it. Well, this one did alright. I mean, I really saturated it. Well, so for the 120, I would say the best one was probably number 5, which is like bright orange, of course. And then I would say the 16's next, and the 41, and then the last one's probably the number 8. Now let's see what the 180 does. I'm gonna give my thing a good rinse here. Let's see how number 85 does. And again, I'm saturating it with lots of water. Ooh, that's kind of pretty. That looks really nice. That kind of blended pretty nicely for not being a watercolor pencil. That's actually pretty nice. I mean, it's not, you know, perfect, but I think that's pretty good. That looks pretty good. So far, we have a winner. Number 85. Holy crap, words are hard. It's the word I'm looking for. It blends, it desaturates, or something of that sort. I'm trying to find the words and I can't. It mixes up pretty well. I don't know, there's a word that just is not coming to me. So I don't know. I think you guys know what I'm trying to say, I hope. It's been a long day. Ooh, that looks pretty good. Well, here I was all ready to say that the 120s blend better than the 180s, and I may have to retract that statement. So far, the 180s are blending better. They're mixing up, dissolving, whatever you want to call it. So far, the 180s are winning. And actually, I think I did say that these did better, and I think I know why. And it also explains why I kind of like the 120s better. Even though they're the same company, it's like the Artis, like I said before, the Artises triangles versus the Experts. Their makeup is just a little bit different. And I think this is kind of a similar situation. This one is not blending well at all. Yeah, I would say the 129 is a fail. Yeah, it's not. It's a complete fail. It's probably the worst one that I've come across next to the number 8 on the 120 set. The 129 out of the 180 set is a complete fail. That's horrible. That did not do well at all. That is a reject. Well, the 86 is doing reasonably well. Okay, so to tidy things up a little bit, I would say, oops, smeared it, sorry. The 120s overall did not blend as well as the 180s, at least for the color range that I picked here. The number 5 probably did the best out of the 120 set, and the 16 the next best. Of the 180 set, the only one that was really a fail, the only color was 129. The rest of them did pretty good for not being a watercolor pencil. The other 3 blended fairly well with water. I think that the 180 set has less oil in it, if I'm being truthful, because the 120s also behave more like a poly than these ones do, and they're just a little bit more oily. So when they say they're oily on the thing here, let me pull this. Ooh, sorry. Oh, almost fell over my chair. I would say, whoops, hold on. There we go. When it says oily, I would say that's probably an accurate statement. It would explain in part why most of the 180s blend better, with the exception of this one, because I think they have a little more wax in them. I mean, even then it shouldn't have, but it would explain why the 180s and the 120s behave differently on paper, different kinds of paper, which I showed you, and with water. It's because these have more oil in them, just a little bit more oil. So that's interesting. So that basically kind of sums up the comparison that I have. I think they're both good pencils. I like the wide selection that the 180s have, and I like that they have a good selection of metallics. However, the 120s, they are, even though they seem to have a little more oil in them, they also seem to hold their point a little bit longer. But they're both good pencils. I highly recommend them both. The only problem I had with the 120 was the white, as you saw. I think it was broke. It was just, every time I sharpened it, it just kept breaking. It was a complete fail. So, and I'm not going to return the whole entire set because one pencil is bad. I did return a set previously of the 120s because there were several that kept breaking. So far the white's the only one that I've had a major problem with. So I'm just going to let it go. But this is one of the hazards that you have of getting a budget pencil. So, it comes with the territory. But yeah, I hope you really enjoyed what I had to say. I hope you found it helpful. Stay safe, be kind to each other, and I will catch you guys next time.